It was also a pleasure to spend yesterday in Bariloche, indeed one of the most beautiful places on planet Earth, and very much enjoyed the chance to visit the park, an opportunity to meet with the President of the National Park Administration, Chippy Brayard. We had a very interesting exchange. I learned a lot about the amount of interchange between the United States National Park Service and the National Park Administration in Argentina, where we're both benefiting. And we talked about how we might expand that further, and so I'm taking some ideas back from that discussion to the U.S. That I'll pass along to our Interior Secretary as well. But just it's an area of cooperation that a lot of people don't know about between our two countries, and what I've learned from that, there's probably other areas of cooperation that don't get a lot of publicity between our countries. But the U.S.-Argentine relationship is really growing stronger every day as we work together to build a more secure, more prosperous hemisphere, and Argentina has an extremely important role to play in that under the leadership of President Macri. Argentina has reemerged as a strong advocate for democracy and the rule of law, and we in particular welcome Argentina's leadership to promote democracy, including in particular in Venezuela. We must continue to work to fulfill the requirements of the Inter-American Democratic Charter. We simply cannot allow and stand idly by to see a total destruction of democracy in Venezuela. The Venezuelan people deserve better, and President Macri has been clear in that regard as well. President Macri is also leading Argentina to a future of a long-term foundation for greater prosperity, and the United States sees great opportunity and is committed to our joint economic and trading relationship, both two-way trading relationships, and we've had a lot of discussion about trade and investment in each other's countries as well, fostering and protecting innovation, joint science, areas of science and technology of interest, encouraging entrepreneurship. So we see many, many areas for continuing to grow this relationship. And we're also deepening the relationship in other areas, and Jorge mentioned some of these, in particular strengthening our partnership to combat transnational criminal organizations, counter-narcotics efforts, money laundering, terrorist financing, as Minister mentioned. And we are grateful for the close cooperation and collaboration we have in countering these trans-criminal organizations, as the U.S. takes a very regional approach to beginning to address these illicit activities. The United States does welcome Argentina's return to global leadership, and we wish them all success for this year's G20, their presidency term, and also the upcoming G20 that will be hosted here in Argentina. We very much look forward to participating, and we know it'll be an important agenda that Argentina will put in place. Also want to thank Argentina for their strong statements of support in our efforts to denuclearize the Korean Peninsula, and echoing denuclearize the DPRK. Before I conclude, I do want to extend my respects to the family members of the ARA San Juan and crew for their service, and we acknowledge that. I also want to extend condolences to the 5 Argentines who lost their lives in the terror attack in New York City this last October. We mourn their loss with you as well. So thank you again, Jorge, for the very warm welcome hosting me today. It was a very productive lunch meeting, many important issues that were exchanged, and very useful to me already on this visit. So thank you very much again.